Okay, we're setting in again with Toy Story, which hopefully I'll clear tonight. I played most of it Monday night, but it's a very difficult game, so we'll see how far I get tonight. And I had to surrender and start using save states because it's that hard a game. That's not the right one. There we go. Yeah. Ah. Oh, whatever. Oh, and I didn't even need to go over there, of course. Oh, come on. Yeah. So it's very difficult to keep your life up, because the game doesn't really give you new hit points. It gives you continues, but you have to get 300 of those star points, and there's not really that many in the game. Oh boy. Really? All right. Oh, and quite often you have to jump down into areas where you can't see what you're going to land on, so you just kind of lose hit points unfairly. Or things like that happen. Okay. And the platforming is kind of ridiculous. So I gave up pretty quick and started using save states. I really did. I tried for like 2 hours not to use save states, but I was making no progress. Screw you, flame from off screen. I could not have possibly dodged because there's no way I could have seen it coming. You see what I mean? There's one thing I don't like in platformers. It's leaps of faith. You need to be able to see what you are dropping down onto, and if you can't see it, then you need to be able to take it for granted that it will be safe. This level in particular, but at quite a few places throughout this game, that's been a significant problem. And the pull string lasso weapon is clever, but it's not a very good weapon. It has short range. You have to duck most of the time to hit most enemies with it, which takes time. No. But see, this sequence I like, because this is not only a cool gameplay idea, it's actually straight out of the movie, whereas the rest of that stuff, you know, like, remember the scene where Woody ran through Sid's room dodging spiked yo-yos and fireworks? Yeah, didn't happen. And also, it kind of steps on Buzz's kind of whole revelation about the fact that he's just a toy, which kind of makes sense because you play as Woody. It's basically Woody's story. It ignores Buzz's half of the movie, but still, I'm disappointed to see that not in here because that was a pretty great part of the movie. Oh, come on. Give me a little more space than that. You can see that this is one of those games where a lot of the platforming challenge comes from the fact that you don't really have enough space to move around in the screen. So you just get hit by stuff. Unless you know it's coming. This level is going to be a roadblock, I can tell. I'm going to have to memorize this level to get through it. Are you kidding? Who is even throwing those fireworks? Where are they coming from? And again, this game has no continues. Well, it has continues, but you have to get 300 stars to get them. So basically you have to get through the whole game with the 2 lives you start with, or maybe you start with 3. And you have to earn everything else to get through it, which is ridiculous because this is a hard game. There are very few extra hit point pickups. You can collect those little stars to earn extra continues, but you need 300 of them, and there's like, you get maybe 20 of them in most levels, unless you go out of your way to collect them, which most of the time when you do that, you get haired a lot, and you die a lot, so it's not a very well-designed game in that regard. It doesn't treat the player very fairly. Which is why I had to fall back on using save states. Oh gosh. I played through this whole game, I've seen 1 extra life. It's like, why did you even bother to program in extra lives if there's gonna be 1 in the whole game that I've seen so far? Oh, come on. Screw you. Oh, lower bottle rocket is my bane. See, look at that, like Woody and Roller Bob, they take up like a good quarter of the screen. How am I supposed to maneuver? This level is bullshit. There, I said it. I'll say this for this level though, this is something that actually happened in the movie. Except for the fireworks everywhere. They really got attached to Cid's obsession with fireworks. Another checkpoint, are you kidding me? Why don't we end this level? I think this has gone on quite long enough. Like, and you're watching this. You are seeing this. There are no hit points to get back. None appear in the level. There's no extra lives for me to get. All I get is these damn star things, which you need 200 of to get maybe 3 hit points. And if you get 300 of them, you get to continue. Even if just at the start of a level, if it would refill your hit points, but it doesn't even do that. Hey, yeehaw. Stupid beer cans. And then even if I do beat this level, what am I going to do? Do the whole rest of the game with 1 hit point? I'm afraid I'm gonna have to back up a level and try to get through it better. checkpoint. I think this level just goes on and on and on. I think you have thoroughly explored the gameplay options that you have created here. I gotta back up. I need an extra life to spend on that level. It's the only way I'm gonna get through it. Screw you. Why am I grabbing that checkpoint even though I'm trying to get through this whole level in one life and reloading my save state if I don't? Because reasons. And why am I not save stating more? Because I'm only using the save states to give this game the continue feature it should have had but doesn't. If you run out of lives and you have no continues, you have to start over from the start of the game, which is ridiculous. Especially for a game this hard. So I'm only save stating at the beginning of every level. get to the end of this and only get hit once, then I'm good. It's actually quite well set up. Every time you use the karate chop attack, the spider baby gets a little bit closer to you. There we go. Wasn't perfect, but much better than my last attempt at that level. Okay. Back to this nightmare. Sound effects which let you know what's about to come out to hit you are great. They really only work if they actually come out early enough to be a warning. But these sound effects come out like as the thing appears, so it doesn't really help you. Like that rocket is already hitting me before the sound effect has even finished playing. Whatever. If you can actually get through this game, like legitimately not using save states, you are an extremely talented person. You should be very proud of yourself. It's an actual accomplishment. You should be able to put it on your resume. And that just shows that you not only have patience and skill, you have tenacity. Which every employer should want. I'm having to be patient just to beat this dang thing with save states. Oh, screw you, Scud. Go away. Quit taking up half the screen. Wow. I got so lucky so many times at the end there. I'll take it. I don't get to play the level where I scare Sid. Are you kidding me? That's not a level? Wow. That is... How is scaring Sid not a level? It's the climax of the movie. How is that... Oh, that's not right. But hey, you know, fewer levels have to struggle through. Oh wow, look at this. One thing I do like about Toy Story is it actually has a lot of variety in it. Like, there's been a top-down racing level earlier in the game. There's a first-person segment at one point. You know, it's basically a platformer, but it's not a platformer without variety. I will give it that. At least I have a hit point meter to watch out for on this one. Shoot. Yay! I made it to the indistinct blob. Oh, here we go. Another top-down racing level. Wow. This is a little... I can't really see where I'm supposed to be going. Guess I just keep going forward and keep grabbing batteries. Okay. Wow, that was a lot of nothing. That level could just very easily have not been there. Rocket Man. Just want to point out that the last two levels of this game are named after a Doors song and an Elton John song. Because reasons.
Here it comes! To infinity and beyond!
Oh boy.
Here it comes!
Oh boy.
Ow! Watch out!
Okay, I have a question.
Here it comes! Ow!
If the stars are only good for getting more hit points and possibly continue if I get 300 or 200 of them, and this is the last level, because it told me it was the last level, why are the stars still appearing in this level? Aren't they worthless at this point? I'm just asking.
Here it comes! To infinity and beyond!
Whoa.
Here it comes! Ow! Ow!
I'm just glad that they made a level out of the Buzz flying sequence, because that's just a magical moment. I need to quit talking and pay attention to what I'm doing.
Here it comes! Ow!
I mean, you know, they skipped scaring Skid, so they could just as easily have skipped this too, but they didn't, thankfully.
Here it comes! To infinity and beyond! Here it comes! Watch out!
I guess the stars do kind of show you the path you need to follow. Okay.
Here it comes!
I will accept that as a reason for them being there.
Here it comes! Ow!
Yeah.
Here it comes! To infinity and beyond! Here it comes! Ow! Ow! Here it comes!
Guess there's no reason for me to be at the very front of the screen, is
Here
there?
it comes!
Nothing seems to come up behind you, so staying at the very back of the screen probably
Here it
helps.
goes! Watch out!
Wow.
Here it goes! Here it comes! To infinity and beyond! Here it comes! Watch out! Here it comes! Here it comes! Here it comes! Watch out! Here it goes! Watch out! Here it comes!
Just really, why did they call this level Rocket Man? They should have called it Falling with Style. Doesn't that just make sense?
Here it comes! Watch out!
Oh.
Ow!
Really? I remember this scene from the movie. Remember when the moving van almost ran them over when they were flying?
Here it comes!
Alright. Did I beat it? Is it over? I like that the movie didn't explain its lesson to you. I think it made its lesson pretty clear, but the game for some reason feels it needs to explain the lesson to you. I hate that. Well done! You have completed Toy Story. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for playing. The good old days when this was your reward for beating a hard-ass game. Okay. Rocky Gibraltar. If you ever wanted to know what that toy's name was, now you know. I know I complained a lot as I was playing through this, but actually, I didn't dislike this game. It's way too hard. They need to give you continues, they need to restore your life at the beginning of every level, they need to make it easier to earn extra lives. I played through that entire game. I found one extra life in the entire game. Why program an extra life into the game at all if there's only going to be one extra life that you bother to put in the whole game? But there's good variety in it. Like, there's a lot of platforming levels, and the platforming levels were kind of unfair in many ways because you can't always see where you were jumping onto, which is just, that's a platforming game, no. You have to be able to see where you're going. And there are way too many places in this game where you are expected to jump down and not see what you're landing on. And of course, there's something there waiting to hit you, and because the game doesn't make it easy to get extra hit points, you inevitably get worn down and die. But there was also good variety levels. There was a few bosses that actually really shook up the gameplay, and then there was the car race levels, and there was the first-person shooter level, and actually, like, especially like the claw boss fight. That was actually really original, and I struggled with it, but I actually enjoyed it because it was a boss fight like nothing I'd seen before. It was very cleverly made. Babyface. Now I know what that character's name is. And really, if you just look at this and realize this is the Sega Genesis, these graphics are actually pretty dang good for Sega Genesis. Nightmare Buzz. Another good boss. Wow, the compression on this song is not great. Oh, they looped it already? No, they didn't. It's just very similar. Pull string animation, wow. What did you work on in the game? Well, I animated the character's pull string. I was an indispensable member of the team. I'm just gonna let the credits run, then I'll be signing off for the night. I consulted the RNG one more time to decide what game to play next, and it chose for me Home Alone for the Super Nintendo because apparently the RNG I'm using is obsessed with 16-bit licensed games. I'm gonna try, but I can't guarantee I'm gonna stick with it. Because it's Home Alone. I've played it before. It's not good. But anyway, I'll be on tomorrow playing that.